All right, so here we are, Crushing Limits Unleashed podcast. This is episode 9. Joined once again by Stephanie and Allie. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
Good. It's Sunday today. It's a day of rest, right? No,
No,
we
never.
still went to the gym.
Yep. My legs
Good,
are.
good. So this will probably be a short one. We're going to talk about immunity. So a few things to do, to make sure that your immune system is firing like everything else. Another thing we'll cover is, should you go to the gym when you're sick?
All right, so we just got past Christmas. We just got past the holidays. Everyone was with their families. Tis the season. Some of y'all came home sick and some of you didn't. Why? Why did some people withstand and stay away from getting a cold, and why did some get it? So let's talk, we'll give you some tips on how to boost your immunity to stave off that common cold and what to do if you have a cold.
Perfect.
How do you want to start? You want to start with,
So, yeah, why don't you start?
okay, let's start with ways to boost your immunity. It's pretty simple. So Chris and I are pretty religious. Every morning we have our morning drink. We do a greens drink every morning. And obviously, within a greens drink, you've got a lot of micronutrients, pre-probiotics, taking a good probiotic. What makes a good probiotic? There's a question we get often. Can y'all tell me what's one thing that most good probiotics?
Oh, this one I actually don't know.
They're usually refrigerated. They usually have live cultures. So uh, trying to look for a probiotic that is third-party tested. So we all know FDA does not require third-party testing for nutritional products, but there are companies out there that do third-party testing. So I know probiotic I take is third-party tested. It lives in my fridge, and I take it every day with my greens in the morning. Another thing is hydration. So getting your electrolytes. Uh, I also do a hydration drink every morning, but you could get your electrolytes a different part of the day. I am a coffee drinker, so I get my electrolytes before my first cup of coffee. That's my reasoning. I'm not giving up my coffee, so
Mhm.
I will hydrate prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hydration thing, we talk about it a lot, obviously, in the chat, but it is one of those things where if you start to take a look at your training and your training performance, you're going to start to notice your performance going up as your hydration goes up. So, some people they do drink a lot of water. That's something kind of that I struggle with. So I have to kind of be mindful to start slamming basically like once I get up.
Mhm.
So, but you will notice too, if you have, 3/4 to a gallon in your system already before you train, your pumps are going to be off the charts. You're going to feel better and you're definitely going to perform better, as well as, immunity boosts,
Yeah.
alongside.
So if a person's dehydrated, and you start just slamming energy, like whether it be energy drinks, coffee, you're just your adrenal glands, your receptors just start to take a hit and you just kind of get run down. If you're well hydrated, you're going to have, like Chris said, better performance, better energy. You're at a better starting point every day. So dehydration just can lead to lower immunity. Um, Also, a good multivitamin is always helpful. What other things do you take, Chris, to help?
Yeah, I mean, there's a list of things you definitely want to, supplement with vitamin D. That's probably my number one when it comes to immunity. Um, and you want to supplement five to 10,000 IUs per day. A lot of them will come in like a 2000 IU capsule. And I mean, that's usually not enough. It's better than nothing, but it usually isn't enough. And it'll definitely help with hormone production as well.
Mhm.
Along with that, I mean, everyone knows, or everyone has heard about, vitamin C. It's just most people are trying to get it from like juices, which is going to just add to your sugar, your carb content for the day. So vitamin C, of course, I would say being the staple for most people.
Hmm. I feel like too, sometimes, okay, so my body is different. I cannot stand the cold. That's just my body just absolutely hates it. So even when I take all the stuff that you guys have previously said, I will still get a cold in the winter, no matter what. It even makes a difference of just, covering up when you walk outside, even if it's like a 2-minute walk outside, I'm still getting cold and I'm bound to get sick within the next week. So what could be a factor for me? Is it just my body not
So other
adjust?
things that are going to play into a person's immunity are going to be adequate sleep,
Hmm.
activity level. Is it too little or
Hmm.
too much? So
Hmm.
if we're putting too much stress on our body, we're also going to weaken our immune system. Just because too much stress, or just even stress in general in our life, will
Hmm.
raise your cortisol levels, right? And then
Hmm.
that's going to weaken your immune system. So there's just a multitude of things that can play into it. So, I mean, let's talk about activity level. Um, if a person is sedentary all day long and they're not active in any way, shape, or form, typically their immunity is going to go down. It doesn't matter how many times they're washing their hands,
Hmm.
uh, their body is just not at peak performance.
Hmm. Yeah. That makes sense too because my old job, I was literally sitting at the desk the whole shift. And so then when I was in prep, I do all the cardio and then my body's just fighting for it. And regardless of how much sleep I got, I was just winded by the end of the night anyways. But no matter how much sleep I got, I obviously like prep isn't easy and it's not for
Mhm.
everyone. And you're overworking your body with little food. So yeah, that makes sense that like I was bound to get sick even in prep. So
Well, prep, now you're on that super active side of things where
hmm.
you're almost, what some would say overworking your body, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point you made, Stephanie, too, with other factors, lowering your immune system. Obviously, sleep is huge. A lot of people will neglect sleep,
Mhm.
but the other thing that I have some clients take is going to be ashwagandha. So I have several clients on it, and it helps reduce cortisol levels, stress levels, which in turn, that's going to help boost your immunity. So it's called an adaptogen, and it is going to help with immunity. And that's something you can take, pretty much all the time. It's, super affordable. It's usually less than $10 for like a 90 or 100 count bottle on Amazon. So, and it helps for a variety of different things, but yeah, definitely helps your stress levels, which is, it's a key supplement, especially at that price point.
Hmm. I
Mhm.
feel like sometimes I sometimes don't know if I'm stressed or not because usually I'm a pretty calm person. And so I could be stressed without even realizing it. Yeah.
So, I mean, we talk about with clients, and we've mentioned it on previous episodes. If you have the opportunity to get blood work, there's always you can always check blood work to see if anything's off, because if anything's off within your panel, y- it can lower your immune system as well, and leave you susceptible to things. So it's not abnormal. Maybe someone at the end of a prep, their cortisol levels are higher, and it's
Mhm.
just, anticipation of a show, cardio, um, maybe like just requirements outside of prep with the requirements of prep, just creating kind of a stress ball. But uh, if a person is really worried and they're getting sick often, I would maybe get some lab work done.
Yeah, I'm due for one. It's been,
I like to at least once a year. I don't know. I just want to know if
yeah,
sometimes twice a year. It's just a good little check and balance.
yeah.
Especially
I got,
for us too, or anyone living in the US where it does get colder, you're not getting outside a lot. So, of course, most people in this area, a lot of clients that are from here, they will report low vitamin D levels when they get their blood work. So, it is definitely important for, those that are in colder states.
mhm,
You
Mhm.
know, a couple more basic ones too that you guys have probably seen or most people have probably seen, on a commercial or on the shelves at Target, let's say, are going to be like your elderberry, your zinc chews,
mhm,
echinacea is another good one.
Yeah.
Those are probably like the top five that we listed, your top five like go-to supplements when it
Yeah.
mhm.
comes to, immune system. And nowadays, like they have capsules, there's chews, and a lot of them are included like in drinks, like what Stephanie was alluding to earlier.
Mhm. I have been ever since I started, like my first competition prep, I've been just religious about taking a ZMA product at night. And
Mhm,
it's basically zinc and magnesium, and it's great for recovery and immunity.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
I'll be taking it forever.
I remember getting my lab work, my blood work back from last year, and they're like, you're lacking vitamin D. And then I was just thinking like I am never outside even during the summer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's my fault. No, it was funny because I was always like, oh yeah, I want to do like an outdoor job, and then after I ruptured my Achilles, like I couldn't even do anything, high physical jobs. So I had to like just sit there at work all sad and just watch the outside beaming, and I'm just like, oh, I want to be out there, but I'm never outside. That's my fault. So that's why I'm not even surprised that I got lack of vitamin D. I still do probably because I'm never outside.
I know someone else who never likes to leave the house too.
Yeah. Hey.
It could be me, might be. But yeah, I will mention too, like we obviously hear about other supplement stacks out there for, it could be anything, could be joints, this and that. But I can tell you, like me and Stephanie, we are literally never sick. I mean, and for a lot of people that do know me, when I've had all those doctor visits, once I had ulcerative colitis, they told me that my immune system is 40% lower than like your average adult. So on paper, I should be getting sick all the time, but I never get sick. Like I can't remember the last time I got sick. And then whenever I do get sick, I'll get sick, it'll last a few days, and then I swear a year or two will go by because I won't even remember the last time like after a sickness. It's just, so it definitely works to, boost your supplement game and especially too, at a low cost. It's not going to cost you, $100 a month. It's pretty affordable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe once a year. I did get the Christmas cold from Chris's daughter, my stepdaughter. But so things that may kind of temporarily bring your immune system down, we were traveling. So we had traveled the week before, we traveled the next week. We were different time zones, all over the place, cold weather to warmer weather to cold weather to warmer weather.
Mhm.
And it just got me.
Yeah, your body wasn't used to that.
But
No,
so there are those temporary moments that bring your immune system down, even if you're a healthy individual.
yeah.
Um,
I
Chris, let's talk about like, so what if a person isn't like us? They're not active, they're not uh, fit. How about the average person that's overweight?
I mean, there's a lot of things. Definitely cardio is going to help and it's going to help you feel better. But if you had to choose, one thing out of that list, you want to start with probiotics for sure. That's going to
But would
be,
you say a healthy, active lifestyle is a benefit for your immune system? That's what I'm getting at.
say that again.
Would you say a healthy, active lifestyle is a benefit for your immune system?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, we
I
see
was
it all
trying to
the time.
lead you down the path.
Yeah. We see it all the time. It's just you talk with coworkers, you talk with relatives, family, and you all hear the stories of, oh gosh, I'm sick again.
Hmm.
Oh, I got strep throat again. And that common denominator, not always, but the common denominator seems to be, people that are taking care of themselves, supplementing with, proper supplements. Obviously, they're active, they're doing cardio, they're doing some type of training. Those types of people usually are not sick as often. And if they do get sick, they get over it pretty quickly.
What about
Okay.
diet?
Oh, diet's everything. I mean, it's such a huge, huge factor, Yeah, I mean, you are what you eat. If you eat quality food, you are bound to have a better life, better immune system.
Because those provide vitamins and minerals that you need for the body too, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So
but
reducing processed foods, reducing processed sugars is going to be great for an immune system.
Hmm. A lot of that stuff too, the processed stuff, they have ingredients that strip the body of those essential nutrients and minerals. So the
Mm.
more junk that you eat, you might see, vitamin A, vitamin C on the label, but you're not absorbing as much as, what is actually listed on the label. So that's
Ooh.
another thing to kind of, consider. Let's talk about training too. Like you said, you got sick, obviously.
Mhm.
Because we do get this question a lot. Should I train, coach? Like,
Hey, coach.
should I go? So, how do you guys feel about it? What do you do when you're sick? Um, let's talk about it.
I feel like if if you can go to work and move your body a little bit, I feel like it wouldn't hurt to hit the gym. Doesn't have to be an intense workout, just even like moving your body a little bit, I feel like it won't push anything, nor will it affect your recovery. Because there are times when I've worked out and I felt so much better after, even just doing cardio.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm not saying like, oh, go all in when you're sick, but at least, if your body is up for it and you're not like saying, oh, I don't want to go to the gym sort of ordeal, then it wouldn't hurt.
yeah, that's a good point too. I'm with you there. I agree. I mean, you don't want
Mhm.
to be like if you're like coughing, you have like a severe cough, like
Mhm.
probably
Mhm.
best to just stay at home. I mean, because people can hear that and it's like,
Like, why are you here? Get away.
yeah, it's like you probably should have stayed home,
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
if you're like if you feel pretty good, your body is probably just fighting it, or you
And
might
you
be,
don't have to be 100% to, go back, you know.
yep, yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, the other thing too to kind of at least that I'm mindful of when I'm in the gym is
Hey, do I get to answer?
go ahead.
Rude.
So I agree on, I think I 100% believe, even if I'm feeling kind of shitty, I'm still gonna get my ass up off the couch, the bed, whatever. I don't believe in laying around in my own sickness. I feel like if a person remains sedentary when they're sick, they're gonna be sicker longer. I've always been a person who gets my ass up going and I continue along my normal day.
Mhm.
Um, but like Ali said, if you're sick, going balls to the walls 200% also isn't your answer because you could further weaken your immune system.
And
But
it's just a long
I,
recovery.
yeah, that can also, yeah, like lengthen your recovery. But I fully believe in getting up and moving, pushing it through your body.
Mhm.
Some steady state cardio.
Mhm.
I always feel clearer if I have a cold afterwards. I always feel less congested. I feel like it just pushes everything through my body faster.
Mhm.
So, um, I mean, if you're on your deathbed, you can't get up and go, that's a different story. But if you have a cold,
Mhm.
you're not gonna get like the poor me sympathetic coach response. I'm gonna say get up and do what you can,
Yeah.
because what you can do is better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
Don't lay around in your filth.
Yeah, that's what I did in prep, like I had a cold for about 5 weeks, but it wasn't to the point where like, oh my God, I can't get out of bed, all I really had was just a runny nose. So I just had my little station with my Kleenex box, and then if I had to blow my nose, I would just blow my nose. But yeah, no, if I wasn't
Yeah.
100%, but I still showed up because
So then, you're mindful in the gym. Wash your
Mhm.
hands,
Yes.
wipe down your equipment.
Hmm.
Don't sneeze in someone's face. I don't know. But um I I'm just a believer that move through it.
Hmm.
Yeah, like myself, we'll see how you guys feel about this too, but as soon as I get like the aches, that's it. Like that's you've crossed the line. If I have severe body aches, I'm not getting in the gym because I know it's probably going to be a worthless workout. And when I get the aches, it typically, I typically get like really sick to where, it's definitely going to cost me if I go to the gym and get a half-ass workout. So that's kind of a telltale sign for me. Anytime like my body is like really just aching all over, you feel like you've been just run over. That's the sign right there. I know it's not even a question. Just take the time off, recover.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe that's an opportunity to just, if you have a treadmill or something at home, just get up
Hmm.
and move for 10 minutes at a slow pace.
Yeah. No, I think my indication is if I can go to work, and that's usually a sign like I can hit a light workout. But if I can't even go to work, a simple job, then that means I'm done for the day. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great way to measure too.
Yeah. And not that I just don't want to go to work and I'd like a day off.
No, for real. That's my excuse, guys. I can't come in.
So I'll kind of wrap up with like a final question. One question actually that I get a lot. I would say probably every week I get this question, and we can kind of answer this for anyone who's listening. Should you train if you're too sick to get your meals in? Or like I always get the question, "Hey coach, like all I can get down is like half a cup of soup." Uh, in my opinion, that is the answer right there. If I'm not getting my meals in, I'm not going to the gym. That's it. Like I know the pumps are going to be down, my performance. I'm not building any muscle if I'm just having a cup of soup or, if I have, a piece of
So,
toast.
so now we're talking more flu than a cold, right? So
Yeah.
flu typically it runs its course in 24 hours.
Mhm.
No, I'm not going to go to the gym that day. I'm going to switch around my schedule for the week. And when
Mhm.
I am better and I'm able to hydrate and able to get at least protein in, right? Some fats,
Mhm.
um, then I would go.
Mhm.
But normally, like if a common cold, people can eat.
Mhm.
They may not have a massive appetite just because when we're uncomfortable, we don't always have the biggest appetite
Mhm.
when something's just off, but they can still eat. But a flu, no, I'm not going to go to the gym if I'm puking and I can't keep anything down or I can't keep anything in.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I agree on that.
is
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
what you're
I
getting
mean, the
at? Does that
short
answer your
answer to,
question?
yeah,
Yeah.
that answers it. I mean, the short answer is going to be just try to get in your protein just so that you're not
Yeah.
losing muscle. Um,
So that's a funny thing is when a person is not feeling the 100%, they tend to just want to eat the carbs. And like Chris is saying, you should prioritize your protein first.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, other way around. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
lot of times people act like it's the end of the world, like, coach, I'm sick, where it's like all you have to do. Just get your protein. That's it. If
Yeah, and that's another thing too. People say like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna lose my gains, not even like 3 days." Okay, I'm guilty of that. But yeah, getting the protein in that's super important and that'll help maintain it. You're not gonna lose it in like a couple of days.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that was good. Hopefully you guys learned something about immunity and kind of what to do when you're sick. But
You have
yeah,
any more questions, comment below. Chris will put in the description below some of our favorite supplements for immune health. And
yeah,
even I think he's got a discount code if you want to save a little money.
Use
for
that
sure.
code.
Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.